Welcome everyone to the second stream of Far Lone Sales. I'm Dave and I'm joined tonight by Sean. Say
Hi.
hello, Sean. Good.
Hello.
Good. So we're going to be streaming a little bit of Far Lone Sales. If you haven't checked out our first stream, or I should say my solo stream last week of Far Lone Sales, do check it out on our archives on Twitch and YouTube. I know Sean has checked out that archive because he was...
Yes, I do apologise for not being here last week. I am feeling a little bit better. Well, quite a bit better.
Good.
But my voice is still struggling.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, no worries. No
worries. But before we start, Dave.
Yes, Sean.
I have a bone to pick.
Oh, dear.
Now, on Facebook, you said that I ruin your fun.
Yeah, you do.
Now, I'm pretty sure we've established that I'm the fun one.
Okay. That sounds like something the fun one wouldn't say.
Maybe.
That's what the unfun one says.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we were uncles. Yeah, it was really good. I had a blast. I had a lot of fun. And I think, it's just... I can't say enough good things about this game, I suppose, and it is super simple. It's nothing on the complexity of something like Factorio that we were playing in our last dev streams, but it's just, I don't know why then because it's not obviously all of gaming isn't always about complexity. It can be about elegant design, simplicity done very well, and I think that this game really hits the mark on that for me.
Yeah.
So, as I said last week, I was playing around. I played the game a little bit, but not that much. And there were elements of what happened last week that just, when I think back now, seem kind of silly to get super excited about. But I was absolutely blown away by the simplest of things, like a radio, and the fact that I kind of said I'd really like a way of not having to jump out of my vehicle all the time, and then the game gave me this kind of Hoover. So there's little bits like that. I have a feeling also, like I'm kind of thinking back and thinking, am I just scratching the surface here? Have I missed a lot of things?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that's...
It's interesting you say some of that in the context of like Factorio, because Factorio was, and I think you said this last week, it's like when you start Factorio, you're kind of walking coal backwards and forwards, walking the coal, and then you get to the point where you're like, okay, I've got a conveyor belt, so now the coal can kind of move itself, and it happens at that perfect time.
Yeah.
Like just when you're getting bored of moving coal around, then you've got the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
Did you find that it was like just as you were kind of getting fed up of jumping out and getting the barrels that you got the Hoover?
I think so. Yeah, definitely. And I appreciate that's not necessarily the same point for every player. Like some people might get there quicker than I did. But yeah, I thought it was paced quite well for that, definitely. The complexity kind of started to go up. I had more systems to micromanage, I suppose, like a bit like Factorio, but not that far. I think, as we were talking a little bit pre-stream, what I kind of want to do is play it again, and maybe not even, care too much. I wonder if you can walk through bits of this game. I doubt it. I think you need the vehicle, but
yeah.
It's that kind of thing where I would be quite tempted to do that just to enjoy the scenery.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about the art style in a moment. I think I'll jump back into the game. So I'm going to resume my save point. I've been very disciplined and not played between streams. And I'm going to resume the save points from exactly where we left off, really. So,
yeah. Okay.
Let me take you on a tour of my vehicle.
Was it labelled before? Where did these labels come from?
So yeah. So it does start with 3 labels, which actually have the written words on them. So there's steam, there's the speedometer over there, and there's the energy bubble. Which I think, again, it's kind of interesting how much of this game does and doesn't have text. Like, so I can zoom in and stuff. So like it kind of has the hints of like things going on those posters and papers and There's like flyers for.
How can if you zoom right into those papers? Is that as far as you zoom?
That's as far as you zoom. There's no like mouse wheel zoom. It's just if you press X, you get this zoom, and if you press C, you get this zoom out.
Right. Okay.
So and then you've got the basic game level of zoom. So it obviously you're not supposed to read those posters, but it kind of is quite tantalizing about what's around this game. And again, that's why I kind of get the sense that maybe I'm missing stuff, but maybe I'm not.
Would you call that environmental storytelling?
I would 100% give it that label. That's a very clever label and suitable and super appropriate. Yeah,
I do. So. I feel like it's stupid to say this, but I'm going to say it. I love environmental storytelling.
Okay.
As I like for me, and I want like perhaps that is unsurprising when you look at our games.
Yeah.
That like telling you the story without telling you the story.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's nice. Yeah, super nice. Yeah, and like again, just like the start of the game, you can see it right when at the start of our video last week. It just like pops you in this environment and shows you like what is. It's not in a nasty or grisly way. It just shows you a graveside and your character's just kind of stood there. And it just says so much without any words, and that's coming from someone whose bread and butter is words, right? Like I'm a writer, that's what I do all the time. I really like the written word. But games like this just do so much without them. And it's, I'm in awe of that. Definitely. Yeah. So you've seen the kind of that's the propulsion system you start the game with. You have to put things. Pretty much, I've figured out. I think pretty much anything goes in here and can be converted into energy. I'm not going to do it now because I'm at full energy, but it kind of shoots up there like that and sends energy to the energy bit, and you have to run over to here and make sure your steam doesn't get too hot, and you've got to press this button to go and things like that. So that's the basic propulsion system you start the game with. And then you also get to, quite early on, you get to upgrade to these sails. So there's not too much wind, so I'm gonna pop my sails up now.
I just realised, like, now I'm looking. I watched the stream like I was ill, lying on my couch watching it on my phone last week, and I did not see any of those right labels. That's why these are new to me. It's that I could not see them. Because I was wondering how you knew when to fire the steam off, but I'm guessing that there's
that red there is a red gauge there as well. So that's cool. That's the propulsion system. I got my Hoover here, which is kind of interesting. So that just turns it on, and that's hoovering away there like that. And it's kind of a queue system, so I'm assuming you can have it to full and you stop hoovering stuff up. So again, it's one of those systems that the game encourages you to micromanage for kind of efficiency's sake, but it's not. I don't think it's the end of the world if you don't. I don't think. I mean, stuff does get damaged. Stuff does kind of need repairing. So maybe if you leave stuff in your queue too long, that's bad news. The ever important water cannon feature or hose for putting things out when they go on fire. That's happened quite a few times.
Though, right?
You don't know, quite a few times. Yeah, quite a few times. And then the blowtorch, which is a fix-all for all your systems. Apparently it's not at all dangerous to be kind of blowtorching your energy or
blowtorching the blowtorch.
Yes, yeah. I don't know if it repairs its own system. I don't think it does.
That would be kind of like a coal power plant feeding a coal drill, then feeds the coal power plant, then feeds the arm, which
bit too much.
Yeah.
So you can see here as well, you probably didn't see this last time on your phone screen. I'm going to go into my bedroom. These 4 gauges here, they're like the health bars of the different systems. So you can see this symbol here kind of relates to the same symbol under speed.
This is so freaking good, isn't it?
It's phenomenal. It's like absolutely phenomenal. Did you even see the mileometer as well? Like I've barely paid any attention to that. It's brilliant. I haven't used, and again, it's quite kind of feeling like you're scratching the surface. I haven't used my tow cable here, but I'm assuming I'm going to get to a puzzle where I need to do that. We're actually moving backwards, so I'm going to quickly.
Did you just pull it?
I think I did, yeah. So again, it is physics engine based, right? So it is.
Yeah. That's what I was just wondering is how much of it is. So maybe we're gonna like one of the things we're gonna deep dive into dissecting this as much as we can. That's what we do in these streams. So, like, how much of it do you feel like you're on the rails versus you can kind of do things your own way? Because it seems to be like the flow that I saw, the game loop I saw, was like you have a distance you travel, and then there's a puzzle, and then you travel, and then there's a puzzle, and then you travel, and there's a puzzle.
Yes, that sounds about right. I'm just turning the music down just a little bit. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, my Steam. I think you are on. Yeah, that's the game loop. It is, I suppose.
I don't mean that in a critical way.
No. You're right. That's the systems in place, and you are on. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of interesting how does it handle that issue of you are on the rails. Like there's, like I said last time, I can't. If this isn't a truck simulator, I can't steer. I can't swerve. You know, there's nothing. If I'm going to hit something, the game is fully expecting me to hit it.
Yeah.
You know,
like how like I guess the thing I'm trying to get at is like how free are you? Because it gives a real good impression of this mechanical machine that it's fantastic. Like the way, the feeling of just you going around pushing those buttons. It's like there's a physics to everything. Like they could have made this game where there would be like a UI you clicked on. You know, they could have mapped the accelerator to Y.
Yes.
On a controller. They didn't have to do it this way, but they did, and that makes the game very different.
100%, yeah. Like even the fact that this button kind of behaves differently to some of the other buttons, which are like a bit more kind of quick hit. You've got to really. It feels like you're really trying to push that button in, whereas the Steam is a quick release kind of button. So yeah. Ooh, oh shit! My sails. Okay, right. So this lift is my arch nemesis, right?
Okay.
I am terrible at using this lift. I always try and get out too soon. Right, okay. That was less disastrous than I was worried.
So what was I was going to say something. So okay, for those of you, I don't know. Do you want me to shut up while you're doing this puzzle?
No, man. I'm just repairing my stuff. You know.
Okay.
Being a diligent guy.
So, for those of you who maybe are joining us for the first week or don't really quite know what we're doing, so we're currently prototype. Like we're designing our next game. I don't know how to describe the stage we're at in the development of our next game.
Early prototypes. I think that's
early prototyping. So, and we're trying to. We have some ideas of what the game's going to be, and we're trying out some games that are that we think are in the ballpark or in the I don't know, spectrum. Like, what do you want to call? I don't know what to call it, but in the area.
Similar
right?
games.
So, I wouldn't go as far as saying this is a genre we're going to do, but you know, and something we keep coming back to, or we keep mentioning, is like there's a spectrum of games like. Oh man, what's that game? Besiege.
Oh yeah.
Besiege, right? Where you're kind of you're building a building. A Besiege kind of is like this, that you've got a vehicle you're building, and the physics engine controls everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So whereas I don't know what on the opposite end of that scale is. Like I guess the opposite end of that scale is like Galaxy Trucker, the board game.
Okay. Yes, I guess there's no physics engine in that. Yeah.
Yeah, but
you're still building stuff. But yes, there's no physics.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a game alternative. I don't know. I can't think of one. Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts kind of sits somewhere in the middle, and then you've got like Kerbal Space Program maybe is further away, like in the physicsy direction. But where's this? So this is like I think this gives the illusion. I asked you, and I'm just telling you what I think.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I'm getting excited about this. So this gives you the illusion of a Besiege, but I don't really think that's what's going on under the hood.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's fair to say that Besiege has way more freedom than this does. Definitely. So yeah, illusion's an interesting way of phrasing it. Like, I don't think it tries to give you that same sense. I think it is a bit closer to something like Factorio, where it says to you, look, I've got these systems. You know, when you use them, and how, there's a kind of up to you a little bit, but it's still fairly restrictive. You still need this to do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas Besieger's like, I'm going to throw a ton of different options at you. They all have weird different things. Go play, right? Like, so that's...
Yeah, Besiege doesn't even... Like, you get everything when you start the game.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's your skill level that is what gates you.
Yes.
Like, you can put the helicopter stuff on and like, but you're not going to know what that does and how to use it. And
no.
Good luck if you want to figure out how to fire rockets.
Same in Factorio in that sense. Right, okay. So I've got two red buttons. Classic. That red button's done that.
I bet you have to push them.
Yeah, so far so good. I don't know what this red button does, which probably means...
It's turning the... Is it going to turn the... You need to turn the wind...
Ooh.
It's a windmill, right?
Oh, yes. Okay. Okay. So what does me being in the hamster ball do?
You're turning the windmill so that you can get out the thing. You can stop now. You can go...
But... Okay, so what I don't... Ooh, okay.
It's
so
a red button again, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got to get that. But what, didn't the first red button do this? I am a little confused.
No, I think the other red button... I don't know what the other red button did.
Yeah.
Well, that opened the gate. I think there was a gate down there.
Okay, yeah. So I need to get out that way. There we go.
Yeah, because I think your vehicle's just like...
Oh, I see. Away. Yeah, the vehicle's long gone. But I can't get down there now. That's the problem. So
Well, now
I need
you hit
to...
the other red button.
You think that will do it?
I think the other red button, yeah.
No, because that's been hit. See?
You hit... Oh.
Yeah. That's why it's a puzzle rather than just.
So no, you need to have the opening on the other side and go out the other side of the door. You want, yeah.
There, like that.
Oh, there you go.
Oh no, not quite far enough. So I need to just inch it around a little bit. There you go. Now I should be able to fall down here, and then we're out. So yeah, God knows where my vehicle is.
Is there not a handbrake? Like, are you missing a handbrake?
No, that 100% is a handbrake. But I thought I didn't need it.
There is a handbrake.
Yeah, there is a handbrake. 100% is a handbrake. But again, this is another opportunity to enjoy the irony of that stop sign, and also the scenery. Yeah, because idiots like me have 100% not done what they should do here. I wonder if I can get some help with the...
If you jump, you just get put in the wind.
That's why I'm trying to... I think so, a little bit. Oh,
but
man.
I think it's quicker to run. So the other thing... So something else I noticed. This has given me... What is... Like... This reminds me of something.
Oh, yeah?
Like, maybe it's Half-Life, or maybe it's Inside. Probably... There's a lot of Inside.
Yes.
I can see here.
I can see that, yeah.
But, I've been playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, yeah.
You
and the rest of the world, right?
Yeah, it's pretty fake.
Should I risk my sails? Yes. Oh, yes, because we're going backwards.
Yeah.
Gonna need the
so
sails.
I think what the kind of... What is good about Red Dead is the empty space.
Mm-hmm.
Is that they're not scared to be like, this is... Wherever it is, the West, and... There's nothing here.
Yeah.
And it's about, like, for me, it's interesting listening to people review that game, and I think a lot of reviewers are starting to be like, well, we'll get frustrated with it, and I think possibly that's a function of them having to complete it. Oh, that's
Steam. Okay.
It's a function of these reviewers having to play it quickly.
Uh-huh.
So like they're reviewing to a deadline, whereas that's a game I think you need to just sit back and like let it
enjoy the ride.
Flow over you and just kind of like riding your horse, like just any old way. Just
fuck sails! I never get them down quick enough. Clunk. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we hit. I mean, you're right. Like, so now I've played enough of the game. Like, it's really obvious that you drive for a bit and you hit a door. Like the door comes up and. There we are. You stop and you have to figure something out. But, I mean, the moment I haven't reached the point where I mind that as something I know about, but maybe I will.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see how much that changes.
So I'm going to follow, like, quote unquote your advice, and I'm going to put the handbrake on. So
yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, seems like an idea. Now I bet there's a puzzle in this game that really punishes you for putting the handbrake on.
I don't know how you would do that. But
that's what I'd do.
Mate, yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe I didn't put the handbrake on very well.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh Christ! I should probably.
I kind of feel at some point we need to, for us to get a use of doing this exercise of playing these games and talking about them. We're gonna have to start revealing a bit of what the game or what our ideas are.
Ooh, exciting!
Because I want to talk specifics in relation to this game.
Oh yeah, go ahead. That's fine. I don't think there's going to be any massive spoilers. I don't think anyone's going to be too worried about that.
So we're thinking. So our current idea.
Okay.
We wanted to. So we. I better let you.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I'm back in my vehicle. I'm safe in my vehicle.
Can you die?
I haven't died. No. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Is there a fail state if you just let your thing burn?
Ooh, I don't know. I've never tried that. See, I don't see. My brain doesn't say right. How do I break this? Like it doesn't do that.
Yeah,
maybe it should. That's not a very good thing for a game designer to admit, is it? Really?
It happens. Like, well, it's the more you try and. The longer you can avoid that happening, I think, the better.
Yeah.
Because then you'll never enjoy. Like, well, you enjoyed it, but you're constantly thinking about those kind of things.
Yeah. Yes, I'm like a child still, just gleefully playing games as they're meant to be played.
So we're thinking. So our game, like, in the simple sense, is about taking a journey much like this.
Mm-hmm.
And converting resources from one thing to another, hence Factorio.
Yeah.
And something we've been thinking a lot about recently is like, what's the play? Yeah, I think we've got an interesting set of mechanics in terms of like what you're doing in the game in terms like balancing resources and converting resources from one thing to another. But what we're struggling on at the moment is like, what's the player doing moment to moment? Now, this game, it's a lot about the player walking around and hitting buttons.
Yeah, buttons are big
in the vehicle, and that feels good. And like,
yeah, like this one, this is the first time I've had to use that front or either of the winches. So, like at the start of this, we did say I'm going to have to use this at some point, and lo and behold, here it is.
Yeah. Is a dinosaur going to jump out of a bush and spit you in the face?
I don't think so.
I wish I didn't. I should have like had a Jurassic Park quote for that.
Yeah, that was not
a key area that I couldn't.
That was not your best work.
By the time I'd have googled it and got it, it would have been too late.
Christ. Okay.
It's going to fall.
I know it's falling back.
Handbrake.
Yeah, but I can't. Okay, so I have to run quickly to my handbrake. Or.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
So that's going to stop.
Is there a bit of momentum?
Run.
Can you put your sails up?
Oh, I might be able to. Right, so there's the handbrake down.
Or just put the engine in.
Yeah, but I need some. You're right, but I need some more fuel. Let's pop some fuel in there. Oh, wow. Okay. So I think that immediately, because it's like supercharged energy.
Is it a nitro type thing?
Yeah, I think so. Now I think I need to run and disengage this. Oh no, it does it itself. Okay, that's cool. Hoover will get those. That's fine. Need to worry about my steam.
Yeah.
Pop that. Sorry, you were saying about our other game.
Buttons, pushing buttons. Is this something like you want? Like that's a thing you're managing this system. Like
yes.
You're constantly managing things going.
Yeah. Oh Christ! Look at my wheel. That's bad. Sorry. I then stopped you from being able to look at my wheel. But give me a sec. I've got a lot of things going on. I've got this I need to put in here.
So is that kind of damage permanent? Can you fix your wheel? Like, is that, or is this like a Batman Asylum kind of thing going on?
So there's a lot going on right now, right? So I need to put my handbrake on, and the reason I need to put my handbrake on is because my thingy over here is this is broken, so that's affecting how quickly I can put my fuel in, which is why that looked a bit weird. So that's better. Okay. Sorry, you were saying.
Lots of things. So if your wheel is damaged, is that permanent or is that?
I don't know. Yeah. I have not had something external broken before. That's new.
Because do you know? Did you play Arkham Asylum?
I didn't know. Okay, I think I watched it. A friend play.
Yeah. One of the great things about Arkham Asylum was the whole idea. It was like a day in the life of Batman, in a way. So like he goes to this asylum and he does some stuff and he kills some people and like doesn't kill anyone, of course.
No,
he just
incapacitates the bad
permanently like disables them. So he throughout the game, like something will happen and he'll rip his cape in like a boss fight, and then that cape is ripped for the entire rest of the game because it's one day. Like it's not like you're used to games where you kind of every time you load it, suddenly their clothes are clean and whatever. Whereas Arkham, it really felt like at the end you're like, Batman's been through some stuff here. Like it really felt there was some weight to it, and it really gave that sense. And I guess is that going on here where you damaged your wheel? Is that going to be with you now for the rest of the game? I think so, because like that damage happened when I kind of went crunching through that stuff, and I guess it's kind of like saying to the player, you can't just keep bumping into things. He says as he bumps into something, without there being consequences. Like this is going to happen. Ooh, wait a minute! I got something on my radio. Oh, is that? That's weird. That's like voices. Paint a picture for me.
It's creepy. It's like creepy voices, and I can't quite hear them. So,
what if you take the radio into that tunnel?
That's a good idea. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, wow, this is the closest to dialogue I've had in this game so far.
But there wasn't subtitles in the menu, though, right?
No. I'm assuming it's okay to leave my vehicle like that. I mean, I can. Yeah, okay, there's just a door there. There's just a door there. It's fine. Me carrying my radio around. So I'm wondering if I need to get a bit closer. Oh, God, it is creepy. You only kind of half hear them. Oh, can I zoom in?
The backgrounds in this are really good.
They're stunning.
That factory is pretty factory looking.
Yeah, they really nailed that factory. I mean, so you could. Oh, the shipyard from the first stream was just awesome. Like that. That's phenomenal.
I think you should go back to your thing now.
What were you talking about? Like, I can't get the vehicle through the thing, so
you need to get.
Yeah. I mean, it's
now you've got this radio with you because I convinced you that was the thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't take a lot of convincing when it comes to this game and the radio. So, I was definitely down for that. Down to radio. I can't jump on that. But I am a long way from my vehicle right now, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just kind of running along this bit.
Are you sure there wasn't like a button back where you were to just open it?
It sounds like there was probably. I mean, yeah, you might be right. I'm just going to see what this does. But a lot of this is like, it's set up for you to walk through, right? So that suggests.
So really is this a way of you changing the plane? Then you're kind of.
Yeah.
Is that a TV?
No. So let me just make sure I don't zap my radio. That is, I think that. So what I originally thought they were. Yeah. Okay. So it is a crate. Okay, it is a crate. Yeah. I think there's also like a bundle of newspaper, as well.
Yeah. So can you put that in there?
Yeah. Pop that in there. It's just kind of like a mini version of your. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, okay. I was about to think, have I just missed that? But I'm not leaving my radio behind. There we go. And we're in the lift. We are in the lift, going all the way back. I'm assuming. Oh, let's watch this background. That's nice. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot about like the future and building better homes and stuff. So it's again, like you say, it's environmental storytelling, right? It's telling you that what's happened in this world is, in this kind of post-apocalyptic looking world, is that things just didn't quite go right. People had some good ideas.
Is it post-apocalyptic? Is that what do you think is post-apocalyptic? Is that what's going on?
I mean, so I don't know. Like,
there's lights are still working over at the factory. The factory's still on. People are still in that factory, factorying.
Yes. So, wait a minute. Yes, I thought my vehicle was this. Is my vehicle this way? No, I think it's that way, isn't it?
Left.
So yes, because I passed the baby carriage.
Did you achieve anything then?
Well, I think I opened the door. No.
Yeah,
now I did. Like, there we go. Don't worry. Ah, okay. Yes. So I'm back with the vehicle in the door with my radio safe and sound, which is important. So I have my cat sitting on my lap for the whole stream. By the way, she's been very good, very quiet, but she might just start meowing at me. Right, let's put some nitro in and let's get going. Actually, wait a minute. Let's get going. Then I'll do the repairs. I'm not sure that's the right way around, but there we are.
The screen was going red. Was the screen going red because you were taking damage?
I think so. Yeah. But don't worry, I've got a blowtorch. You know, blowtorches sort everything out. So that's that.
You should put that fire out with a blowtorch.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, everybody knows the logic behind that. So obviously we're just mincing through here while I repair my stuff. Right, okay, that's cool. So that nitro, yeah, it obviously gives you full amount of energy, but it really messes up your stuff.
Yeah.
Which is less than ideal. I think I can probably put my sails up. Actually, let me just make sure I've got some energy.
There was lots of like low-hanging stuff in that direction.
You think
I'm not sure I would.
Don't think that's safe? Okay.
No.
Alright. I think you're probably right.
So, Dave.
Yes, John.
Is this an incremental bit?
No. No, I don't think so, because in the sense, like, unlike... Okay, so maybe we have different definitions, we usually do. But, like, in the way that... I don't think... Factorio kind of feels at points like an incremental game, because you're going from one resource to the other and doing kind of the same thing with it, but it lets you do extra stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you get coal, you get stone, you get copper, but are they really that different in terms of the way they play the game? Not really. I would argue not really. Whereas I don't get that sense that I'm collecting blue cubes to make red cubes to make orange cubes that wouldn't get me victory points or whatever.
Well, that your mileometer is going up.
That's true. Yes, I have no idea how relevant that is. So does that feel like that? Almost feels like it flies in the face of the incremental game experience as well. Like, would you collect more copper to collect this, to collect that, if you didn't know what on earth it was doing? Like, I know it's tracking my mileage, but yeah, okay, fair enough.
I think, like, a lot of people, it is about the numbers going up. I mean, like, I don't think this is an incremental game, but I do. I find it. What?
I don't know. Oh, okay, that's fine. That looked like it. Ooh, we're on a boat.
Oh, you're going to be.
We're about to go waterborne.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like so. Oh no. Okay. So I think I'm the pedal power. Oh, brilliant! Like how does this? How this is just great. This has really tickled me. Just what a lovely little touch. Like, so because the thing is, they foreshadowed this, right? Like with that earlier moment where you're stuck in that hamster wheel, and you're thinking, okay, so that's kind of cool, but this is the last time I'm going to see that. Or you don't even think that actively about it, and then lo and behold, 2 minutes later, well, 5 minutes later, you are being a hamster in a wheel for your entire vehicle. This whole thing that's been sending you across the landscape, now you are sending it across the landscape.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just fantastic. But sorry, coming back to our earlier point, you know, I don't think so. Like at least that's not the experience I've had from it in terms of like, it's weird because you are building a vehicle in a sense, but it feels so far removed from Besiege in that sense. You're not building that vehicle, and you know some of your things are kind of slightly system based, but it doesn't feel like that.
Well, you're not building a vehicle though, right?
No, I suppose
the
not.
Building is
no.
The vehicle is built for you.
Yes, but you increment. Okay, so yeah, what you're upgrading the vehicle then? I suppose that's the more sense.
You have no agency over that. You get to a point on the map and it upgrades.
Yes, that's true. Yes. I mean, it's interesting. Do you feel like you have agency in an RPG when you level up? Like, that doesn't feel like necessarily a particularly active choice.
I have a kind of. Well, I have thoughts about RPGs, or what like in terms of okay. Here is my kind of take on this: is that RPGs are the least role-playing games on PC.
Interesting, yeah.
Or like the traditional RPG, like you think of Diablo is like an RPG, right?
I guess so. Yeah, for sure.
What kind of role-playing, like? You're
not doing any role playing. Well, I mean, like okay, yeah. You choose a class. You know, you get maybe a little bit into its abilities and things like that. But yeah, it's not like D&D level of role playing, is it?
No, and it's. I mean, like that game is like cookie clicker with particle effects.
Yeah.
In a way.
And I am super looking forward to it on Switch, by the way, so that I can play with friends.
Isn't it out already?
It is, yeah, but I haven't got around to buying it yet.
Yeah, I keep thinking about getting a console version.
I mean, I can.
Because I feel like it makes more sense on a controller.
Yeah.
Like, for me, that game is like. I like is just kind of like chilled, like lean back gaming for me. That's what I want. But then no, it's hard. No. That game is like. Oh, I don't know, like. I feel like Blizzard get away with a lot of things that other companies do not get away with in terms of like the way they design their games all around leveling and giving and that kind of gamification thing.
Yeah.
And very much like it is like an incremental game. It's like you're doing it just to level up.
Yes.
But
I mean, so yeah. Okay, we're going on a side tangent mainly because I'm scared of this number of red buttons. But yeah, they do. You're right. They get away with it, and largely, I would say it's because of the sheer amount of world building that they've done and the lore that they've done around those environments. That really invest a player in the illusion of what's going on rather than necessarily what's actually going on. Like in World of Warcraft, you know, you feel like you're besting this colossal, you know, enemy, whether it's a raid boss or even just, you know, your first early fights that feel like you're against the giant for the first time or whatever. It feels colossal, right? Like it feels like through the suspension of disbelief that video games allow you, it makes you feel like you've just bested a giant or an ice monster or whatever, or you're flying on a dragon. But you know, in actual game sense, that's absolutely no different to the button sequence that you hit to beat. You know, was it the boars that they riff off on in South Park, right? Like, so the buttons, the input system is kind of the same, but the feeling it generates is very different.
It's just the numbers are bigger.
Yeah, but yes, that's a simple way of putting it. But actually, there are other more interesting psychological things going on than just big numbers.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that you can't have something like World of Warcraft or Diablo or I don't know, Hearthstone, I suppose, as well, without a lot of that Blizzard trappings that make it feel like a world you can invest in, a game you can invest in, even though, you like. So, but having said that, okay, again, we're kind of keeping on this tangent a little bit. I really bounced off MOBA games.
Yeah.
And that was because I just couldn't stand the mechanics of clicking at certain points and not at certain points. Like, I found that just really, I didn't like that as a way of playing a game. But they're massive. Like, they're so huge. Like, they're some of the biggest esport games, right? Like, if not the biggest esport games. And yet, mechanically, I didn't want to play more than 2 minutes.
Yeah,
like, I was done.
I guess the thing that got me into MOBAs is, and I'm like, I don't play them anymore, but I played Dota 2.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, I think the thing is, people have a thing with Blizzard where you kind of have to play every Blizzard game if you're in that ecosystem. There's something about, like, and I have it as well. Even just launching the Blizzard launcher, there's an amount of polish there.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just like intoxicating. And then for me, the same was with Valve. So the fact that Dota 2 came out, I was like, of course I'm going to play it, and it's free, so of course I am. And like, for me, I'm not necessarily interested in the leveling, but I'm interested in getting better at a thing.
Okay.
And that's what was exciting for me, and like having a group of friends that we play every week, or we were playing every night at one point, and we were rubbish. Like, we were terrible, like awful, and we lost almost all the time. And there was 4 of us, which meant we were always with one random who really, like, you know,
was
that,
one
you know, that guy, like, he or she was not lucky.
Yeah.
So, but we would do things. So then, what we would do is we play and we'd say, do you know what? Let's instead of like thinking about what's the best team to have tactically, we'll pick 4 people that have swords, and we're just go on all these characters. We're just going for swords, or like all these characters. We're going to go with all the short people. And then you would just end up with this. You come with this team and sometimes we would do pretty well because our team was so out there that people were so set in certain strategies that like they were like, oh, well, we don't know how to deal with the fact that, you know,
these 4 characters have been put together.
That we were never good enough to capitalize on that.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
Like, whereas I don't know. I guess the other thing is, like, when I think of Blizzard games, I always think of World of Warcraft was the first one I played, and that was my second MMO after Eve.
Oh, okay, yeah. They're very different.
Felt incredibly dry.
Yeah.
Like Warcraft, because like it felt like this kind of, I don't know. Eve, I was like, you know, setting times where it was my hour to guard a warp gate, right? It was, I don't know. There's more freedom and which wasn't quite the same World of Warcraft. But then World of Warcraft, to begin with, was more like that, I think. When I played, it was a bit better.
Yeah.
But it got less and less like that. It was very...
No, you were on the rails quite heavily in some respects.
Yeah.
In modern... Which is, interestingly, I think, I haven't kept up to date with it, but they've just relaunched Classic.
Yeah.
And I've seen some of the reviews, right? Like, have just been saying, like, this is brutally hard. You know, what were they thinking? It was like, yeah, this is what it was like originally. Like,
you should, what are you talking about, kids? This is what it was like. But for me, like, that game, I enjoyed exploring. I enjoyed just walking around the world.
Oh, yeah.
Much like Red Dead, much like this game, in having that space where it was, like, before, it's like mounts killed it, right?
To an extent, yeah, definitely.
As soon as you could do that and fast travel, it's like it became the game, because it became like, I'm going to download a mod that is just going to put an arrow on the screen that points to that direction, and then I point to that direction, and then another mod comes on and tells me what buttons to push in what order to do this quickest, and then it is just an incremental game with fancy graphics.
Yes. Yeah.
And all I'm trying to do is catch up with my friends, and by the time I catch up with them, they all freaking leave. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, all good points. How? Well, yeah, I need to. It's a side tangent because now I need to solve this puzzle.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not sure. Right, so I'm going to start pressing buttons as I can. Ooh.
I am going to. So.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm going to ask something here. That's kind of like. Now you said this game is how long?
Oh, just yeah. I don't know for sure. I thought someone told me. I saw online. Sorry, someone told me. I thought someone said online that it was 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
To average game time, play time.
Yeah. Just I think we should be mindful of how much we're showing of the game.
Oh,
people
okay.
Who might want to pick it up.
Yeah. That's a good point. Well, we've been playing for 45 minutes, so and I haven't been the quickest. So again, I don't know. I mean, it could be 10 hours. I don't know, but
yeah.
I doubt we're going to get to the end by the end of the stream.
Okay.
So I now have some two buttons here, up and down. I'm guessing left and rotate. Oh.
It looks like a pause button.
Yeah, it does, but I think it's. What's it going to do to my vehicle? What's it doing?
Have you got to lift it? Is that the idea? Because if you move that in...
Oh.
Won't they fit into the wheels?
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Oh, no, they kind of bonk it. I don't know what that's doing. What if I go back up? Okay, so that just puts that up and down.
Can you turn your wheels? Because you've got those where you made the...
where I broke them.
Where you broke them, don't you want to get those aligned so that when they come down, you can fit?
Yes, but how? So.
Can't you get back into your car, your thing, and move the wheels around?
No, because I've put it above the ground, haven't I?
Yeah, but can't you put it back on the ground? Or I don't know.
No, I don't think so. It's not quite that finesse because there's a button here I haven't pressed yet. That's the other thing. So.
Okay.
Can I? Oh, I can't press it. Can I get in there? No. Okay, I can't press that. I think that's my way down. That's my guess. Okay, so... bonk, that does that. I wonder if I just have to keep doing it. Oh, my wheels are actually kind of turning. No, this doesn't seem to be doing enough, does it? Okay. I can't bop this. And the other one, the door is closed. And these are my options.
You have an offer for help in Twitch chat.
Oh, I do. Wow. Holy smokes. If you've got questions, I will lurk in chat for a while. Ah, okay. Can't speedrun world record. Blimey. Okay. The concept of speedrunning this game has just blown my mind. That's amazing. Okay, thank you very much, Soba. I had just the idea of speedrunning this sounds amazing / terrifying. Right, okay, so okay, so that's kind of that's put them back. So okay, so now I can I feel like I've not done what this bit needs me to do though, right? Because now I can go. Oh no, I can't go back. Why did I think I could do that?
So he's completed it in 1 hour 7 minutes.
Whoa. Okay, 1 hour 7 minutes.
Will it take you 1 hour 7 minutes to solve this puzzle, Dave?
Possibly. Possibly. But at least I've got something to aim for. That's the thing. So it's because I'm talking too much, right? That's why it's quite hard to solve
We're here
puzzles.
to talk. We're here to talk.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Is that the right way? So do I want them in like that? Is that better?
Oh, that's probably...
Hey, there we go. Get rid of those wheels. Up. So I want up with these. In again. Pick up the other wheels. I see.
If the wheels now have a smaller circumference, are you going to go faster or slower?
Oh, you're the scientist.
That's true. But,
I leave those kind of things to you.
Oh man, what's the answer there?
What's the answer?
That sounds like a thing that isn't going to be a simple answer, right?
No, I found that sounds like there's a lot of equations based on that.
Yeah. Right. So if you one rotation. So we assume that the number of rotations stay the same. You're going to go. Then you're not going to move as far per rotation, right? Because the circumference is less.
So that sounds sensible when you say it, but like, ooh, I've got a new energy thing, and I've got new exciting things. So I've got to repair something.
But I bet you're going to go faster.
I bet I am, but I feel like I need to repair it first. Because can I repair it? Oh, I can't repair this. I've got nothing. I can't seem to repair. Interesting. I wonder if that's because it's like. Okay, so Sober seems to be struggling with the stream. Are you seeing that in our chat? Oh, quick. So sorry about that, Sober, if you are not able to watch the stream at the moment. Sean's going to investigate and see if it's something on our end or it might be something on your end. Okay, we are. Okay, let's get the sail up, I think. Let's put the steam first. Just chilling out in this forest. Oh, why have we stopped? Sean, we've stopped.
Who stopped?
Me. Not you. You haven't stopped. Not the stream. No. Just my vehicle.
Okay, I can watch it okay at the moment. It could be. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's easily working okay.
Yeah. Okay, now we are cooking on gas. Like on our super exciting wheels. So I'm gonna pop out the vehicle so you can see the wheels. Oh, they look nice. They look like they kind of got rims, a rim effect going on. That's pretty good. And I don't know if you saw, but I unlocked an achievement called Pimp My Ride. So obviously,
nice.
That's where that's at right now. Okay. So let's pop that there. Why is my yeah. My blowtorch thing's kind of going because I need to repair, but I didn't think I could blowtorch anything at the moment. Oh, I can. Cool. Let's repair that. Nice. Okay. So the thing is, when you're in this mode, you're doing so many different things and sorting so many things out. Like, I am totally not seeing the backdrop. So I'm missing all this beautiful artwork.
Yeah.
Which is a bit disappointing at points, but I get that. It's just too much of a good thing. Right, so I've stopped, obviously. That's classic what happens. Let's put the...
Is this a boat situation again?
It looks it, doesn't it? But I don't have my hamster wheel. Right? My hamster wheel was there.
The sails would... Or would you just drop that thing at the front? No, that's definitely a boat.
Yeah, yes. Can I zoom out a little bit? Yeah, 100% boat. Confirmed. So... Okay. Intriguing. Do I have to... I'm assuming that's not going to do anything. No. Except maybe pull the vehicle a little bit. Not too much, thank you. Let's see if we can see anything from up here. Oh, it's going dark. That's nice. See, the wind is really up, so my sails are going mad. So it's got to be something. It's got to be something else, right? Like I can't just. What am I missing?
Is it locked? Can you like? How do you get it off the thing?
Yeah, that's the question, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's not about. I don't think it's about opening that door. That's not it. I think it's something to do with, or maybe it's hitting that door hard enough so that this breaks off. Like this has got to break off.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm trying to do. So I wonder if it's not something I missed back here. Okay, so Sober's enjoying my. This is a fun thing I need to do. Okay.
I think you need to get, there's too much stuff that like nothing's happening that side, right?
I don't think so. It almost feels like so maybe it is just ramming speed, Captain. But I felt like I was hitting it quite hard.
Can you keep moving? Like, well, I suppose you need to like have your sails up. I'm guessing.
Yes, but they were up a Mogo, so.
But I would keep them up, right?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get going and then.
Oh, did that move it a bit? Like maybe if I hit
it.
Yeah, there we go.
You moving?
Okay. Yeah. God, that really shouldn't have taken that long. That was actually relatively straightforward. So like, okay, so that's popping. Let's pop some energy in there. Keep my steam on a reasonable amount, and then, yeah, nice. Okay, so the wheels are going round and round on the bus. I think we just figured that out, thanks, dude. But thank you for the offer of the help. I will let you know if we get properly stuck. But I think so far we've just about managed the various challenges.
You don't need the wheels turning now, right? Because
you don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. We're over.
Okay. Well, now you need it.
Crunch. Okay, so I got an achievement for full throttle. That's nice. I want to keep my momentum going by putting something else in there. Steam. Look at how stunning that is.
Yeah.
So
again, it's like this idea of empty space, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like it gives you such a
scared.
Yeah, gives you such a sense of scale for this game. All right, we're gonna have to nitro, which means getting on the. The controls are so simple, and yet I still manage to screw them up from time to time. I mean, all the time. Just repair this bit. Blah, 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 blah. Enjoy the scenery. So yeah, like you said, it's all the background scenery. It's just so nice, so well realized.
So what are the takeaways then, like from this? What are the key things that make this fun?
So for me, it's again the working through the systems. So keeping the player occupied, but not to a point where I'm like hitting things, massively distracted, so that I'm. Like, it strikes that really nice balance between, yes, you have to like be paying attention, but also at points you get to just enjoy the background, enjoy the artwork, enjoy the little touches. Like I had time to really enjoy the radio bit, like, right?
Yeah.
So like some games just don't give you time to enjoy those little moments, and the puzzles are not difficult. But it doesn't feel like it's trying to do that. Like, it's not saying, by the way, you're going to spend 2 hours trying to figure out how to get to the next bit. It's not doing that.
Spent that long that one puzzle.
Yeah, well, 2 hours. Yeah, but we were talking about Blizzard. Like that was.
Yeah.
That's not on the puzzle. That's on us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, it's not. It does have a puzzle element. Okay, I get. Yeah, fine. But at the same time, it's not saying, by the way, get ready to spend a lot of time puzzling things out. It's saying, like, this is a little element of the game. Hope you enjoy it.
The pacing is, I guess, yeah. Is the pacing on? Is it on point? Pacing?
I think so, yeah. Oh, they give you a little boat. Oh, it's brilliant.
Are you going to put the boat in the fire and then use that to power your ship?
No, God, no. I'm going to put the boat in my bedroom. Like, that's where I keep all my great things, like my bell and an extra chair and a plant pot.
Did you find a use for the bell?
No. I think you can. I kind of feel like you should be able to put it somewhere where it rings a little bit more. But I haven't really found a use for the lamp either. But, you know, they're just kind of cool things, like cool stuff. Gives you stuff. Stuff is good, right? Is that another lantern? Again, that's why it kind of feels like at points maybe I am missing stuff. Like that someone who knows the game better will just kind of say, well, yeah, you put the lantern here and you get to see this bit and it's really cool. You're like, oh, yeah, okay. That would be cool. So at the moment, I'm just like popping that. Let's put that there. Okay, yeah, so takeaways, other takeaways. Yeah, like art. Wow. Just, you know, flawless. Like the way the game looks is stunning. I could just enjoy it on that level for a very long time.
Yeah.
I suppose that's not going to necessarily help with replayability, but at the same time, I'm like, just look at it. Like, you know, that was a huge part of enjoying this experience, has been the artwork. And there's so much lovely attention to detail, right? Like, that's really great too.
Yeah.
Right, I have no way of solving this puzzle there, so I'm going to pop on the other side, see if that's anything in this wasteland. Sean, I can't seem to go any further.
I think this would be a good place to leave.
Yeah.
Farley's notes. If anyone wants to.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think it's the end of the game. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. I don't think it is. But
yeah, it's like it's one of those games that like you know, we want to let people experience it for themselves.
100%. Yeah.
Definitely pick it up.
Yes. Yeah. What about you? Like, because obviously you've you know, you've seen it played. You've watched me play it now, and
yeah.
We talked a little bit about why I fell in love with it. But like, so what do you? Because you know, okay, that someone who's absolutely adoring something, their opinion is useful, but not always the most useful. So what do you think?
Well, I mean, I haven't played it, but I've loved the look of it since I saw it first. Like I've seen it because we saw this game around Twitter, I think, right? Both of us, and we were already coming up with ideas for our next game to be around this idea of traveling from point to point. Yeah, and so for us, it was like, oh, geez, this is the thing. This is a type of thing that's like the thing we want to thing.
Yes.
And so I after watching people play it, it's really, you know, grabbed me as I like the running around, hitting buttons and other things. It is good, and that must have sounded so dumb.
No, but you're right. Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I like this. So the management of it, right?
Yes.
So that the kind of like micromanaging, I guess. Would I buy it? Like, yes, I'd buy it. I don't own it. I kind of, it's so like it's the kind of game I think like Inside that I'd want to sit down and play in one go.
Sure.
I think it's that kind of game. There's a lot to be said for it. Like there's lots of stuff going on that we've kind of talked about, which. And then I suppose the thing that I keep coming back to is like I said about the idea of the giving an illusion of the freedom. But that's what all games are, right? All games are about giving you an illusion of freedom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I think what's fascinating about this, and something that is something we can maybe learn from, is how it really makes you feel like you're doing lots of stuff, and you are doing lots of stuff, but it makes you feel like you're playing a game like Besieged. But it's not, right?
It's not.
It's very much not that.
No.
And
yeah. And so yes, it's that illusion of control. Illusion is perhaps not it's a scale of creativity and a scale of control. And you've got, like you're saying, you've got on one end of the scale, you've got things like Besiege, and the other end of the scale, you've got very locked in kinds of games. And this plays around somewhere along that scale that gives you a sense that you are like building and upgrading something, but really it's actually playing out on a very linear way. There's no way you, like, for instance, when I was upgrading those wheels, there's like no way you can progress with the game without having done that, right? Like you have to do that bit. You know, I'm looking back, maybe there are some things that you can miss, but probably not that many of that, right? Like you probably...
Well, the radio stuff you could have missed, I think.
I'd have to go back and look. Like, again, I was too much in the moment, but you might be right. Like, but there feels like, I don't know, because so much of it is linked to this linear idea of, well, you have to stop the vehicle, get out of the vehicle, do a thing, and then you can move the vehicle again. So, in a sense, they managed to, a bit like pit stops on like a truck simulator, or, you know, like they manage what you can do a bit that way, but it's way more than, say, something like GTA or anything like that, which is with a sandbox. Like, you can do whatever you want, right? So it is much, much, much more linear than that. But perhaps somehow they generate this sense of wonder and creativity in other means, in other modes. So I think that's really interesting for us in that next Pillbug game. Is how do you create that balance in a way that feels satisfying for a player, that they can be creative without actually giving them that much scope for creativity, right?
That's where, like, we've probably, or like intelligent design is kind of like on the scale of, it's almost like we made a simulator and then here you go. Whereas it's not controlled, and so, like, we, you know, that's where we need to change what we do a bit. Even Psycho 28, in a way, like, is a bit more controlled, but still a sense of when all the drones start going around, there's not that much control. It's all like they're all behaving independently, and like we coded some very simple rules, but the AI is kind of, you just throw all the AI into a mixing pot and see what happens. And we tried to make it so that happens. Interesting things happen when that goes on.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So that's Far Lone Sails. I think there's a good chance, especially as we get further into the development of the third Pillbug game, we might come back to this and just kind of either have you play it or play a little bit further into the game and remind ourselves some of the really positive things that this game does. But I also know there's quite a good list of games that we want to try on this dev stream, right? And that do lots of different things and approach the kind of ideas that we're kicking around with very differently. Obviously, we did Factorio for the first couple of weeks. We've now done Far Lone Sails for 2 weeks. And I think we'll probably, until we decide otherwise, until people say they want otherwise, I think we'll keep it on a kind of a 2-week rotation.
Yeah, we'll just like play it easy, right? Whatever feels right. If there's a game that a week seems like enough, we'll just stick to a week.
But so that was Far Lone Sails. Thanks everybody for swinging by the Pillbug dev stream. We'll be here Tuesday 8 PM every week. And do like and subscribe on whatever platform you're watching. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.